The next game.
So Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles. So this is a on-rails shooter on the Wii.
Yes, in the same vein as Dead Space Extraction.
Right.
So you are going
the first Resident Evil that did this.
Yeah, you're right. Umbrella Chronicles.
Yes.
To me, it seems like this one's almost a little bit more advanced than because Umbrella Chronicles was almost, it was like just a cut above Ghost Squad, right?
Right.
Ghost Squad's like arcadey, blah blah blah. This was like a little bit on top.
Yeah.
This one seems to have a lot more going for it as far as like depth, cutscenes, story, all sorts of stuff. Kind of looks like ass, but for the Wii it looks good. But kind of looks like ass.
Yeah, it almost makes you wish that they'd done some sort of kind of cartoony, cell-shaded Resident Evil.
I know.
So it would look awesome. Like oh god, what was the one with the
Mad World? Oh no, No More Heroes.
Yeah, like a No More Heroes style.
Dude, do you know that they're gonna make No More Heroes on
360 and PS3?
Dude, it's gonna be good. Because we were looking at it, right?
Remake, or is it?
No, it's like a new game.
A new game.
So I don't. I actually don't know if it's gonna be the one that we saw on the Wii.
Right.
Ported to the 360.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's going to be a different
No More
game.
Heroes 2, it's going to be on all three platforms, or if there's going to be like a
I should read. So somebody will correct us.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, No More Heroes coming to all the real platforms, so it'll look like a real game.
Yes,
I'm excited.
But Resident Evil kind of looks like crap, and I do wish. The thing is, like there's the only good light gun is on the PS3, right? On the two advanced consoles.
Yeah.
Because the Time Crisis. Like you bought the Time Crisis gun. When's the last time you used it?
Oh, when I played Time Crisis 3.
How many years ago?
When I played and beat through Time Crisis 3, that was the last time I used that.
So it's just like, come on! Like I really wish Capcom would do something.
Put real shooters on a real
shooters.
console. Yeah, I mean, like the Wii is just. It's easy because you get a pointer for free, right?
Yes.
I mean, but so they don't have to make people buy the gun. They don't have to do all this stuff. You get it for free, but
you do have to buy a plastic. I mean, you don't have to, but if you buy a plastic gun, and like, let me tell you, if you guys are gonna get this game, it makes a big difference.
It is nice.
Because I was doing this for a little while, and all of a sudden, just doing like this, and like, that, and like it makes a difference. Captain Zombies or whatever. I mean, it does make a difference from a feel.
Right.
But so what do you think about like the feel of this game? I mean,
for what it is, I think it's pretty good. Like I still have the same issue. I still don't like having my head in a vice where it's just shaking me around, and the thing is it's actually a. Well, I guess it's about as equally as noticeable for me as it was with Dead Space, because with Dead Space you had to get the accuracy to blow off their limbs.
Yeah.
In this one you're trying to get fucking headshots. So like, shoot the head! Shoot the head!
Like move the camera.
The screen is shaking. I'm like, bitch, I cannot shoot the head if you keep moving. So I mean, occasionally they'll finally stand still. I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the cinematic element of it was enjoyable to me. Like I thought that it was kind of cool that they dragged you along for a story, and there was suspense, and you were getting chased, and things were like punching through windows, whatever.
I think you're Leon and Krauser, and then there's another. So you start
be the
Claire,
girl. So each chapter you can kind of pick which character you are.
Yeah. So I mean, for Resident Evil fans, I can see it being very good. To me, it's just like if I had to compare, it's like I'm going to compare it to Dead Space Extraction. Dead Space is better.
You think?
I mean, cinematically, it's better.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I think, personally, as much as I play, I don't think Dead Space moves the camera as much. Like, for when I was playing Resident Evil, I'm like, I was getting annoyed. I didn't get annoyed with Dead Space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was just like, because he would actually, like, there's this one, like, the very first mission, he would jump up on a house, look down, look over, jump. He'd basically, like, be just jackrabbiting all over the house. And it just got really old.
There were parts where I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to shoot. I'm not going to shoot until you hold still. So it's just like he'd glance over there, be zombies. He'd glance over there, be zombies. He'd glance over there, and I'm just like, fuck you. And then finally he'd be like, oh, they're coming at me. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to shoot you.
Gotcha.
So I mean, there were parts where I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is, like, I like the cinematic experience.
It's well done.
But the head shaking stuff, man, it's just like, if you compare it, like, you've got the you're on rails version, and then you've got the Time Crisis version where you're in a fixed area, you can pop up and shoot. And
you're right. Time Crisis, whenever it does move viewpoint, it like moves viewpoint, and then you can start shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like,
you're right.
You always have a fixed screen in Time Crisis,
You're right.
which is, to me, a lot more skill-based.
So why, I mean, both Dead Space, and why do they all of a sudden think that this is a good thing? Because it's basically like Area 51. It's like that era of shooters back in the day. Like Aerosmith, I think, had that issue, and a bunch of other ones. Where, like, you go back in the day, like Operation Wolf. You remember, like, those old gun games? Like, it's like scroll.
Right.
So
I don't know why. I mean, like, I think that as a game designer, this gives you more control in terms of storytelling. But as a game player, it just kind of annoys the piss out of me half the time. It's just like, I just want them to stay still,
Yeah.
So, And also, so I would say that all of the storytelling stuff was, while kind of annoying with the head shaking stuff, the thing that really set me off was I thought the boss battles were bullshit.
They were really annoying.
They were bullshit. Like there was a swamp monster which was okay. And then you start getting this golem dude. There's this hugely powerful golem dude chasing you through the building, and I was just like, this is not fun. This is not fun. He just keeps swinging at you, and you're just, you're supposed to tag his hand or tag his face
and all this.
Yeah,
so it's just like, so I mean,
I think you're right. I think this was better than Umbrella Chronicles for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then I think Dead Space,
and it's still a decent shooter. So like to me, like
I would rent it.
I'd say like thumbs up rental. I mean, for the most part,
don't
but
buy
it's just
it. Do not buy it. It's not worth buying.
I would even possibly recommend, if you're going to buy a game, buy Dead Space first and then rent this one or whatever, right? Because I mean, Dead Space is like
I still think you should rent Dead Space. Like I would not give Dead Space a buy.
Yeah, I think I gave it a rent too, actually.
Yeah.
But so it's too bad. I hope they put up the fidelity a bit, lock down the camera. Put it on a next gen system. I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
like I love gun games.
I do too. I am obsessed with gun games. I've beaten Time Crisis 1, 2, 3, and 4 like 10 times.
House
each.
of the Dead. I don't even know how many times in the arcades.
I love them, but I don't like this new genre of head in a vice. Like it makes me so angry.
Did you like House of the Dead Overkill? That had some of it, but it wasn't that bad.
That was better. Like basically, House of the Dead Overkill, from what I remember, a lot of times you'd be walking at a steady pace.
Yeah, it was
like yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, you'd be walking down a street. Like I remember House of the Dead Overkill. I enjoyed more than this.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
I actually played a surprisingly large amount of House of the Dead Overkill.
Really?
Like,
I stopped after like 2 episodes. I'm like, I guess I told you I got to the style more than anything else.
I thought it was pretty fun actually. So anyway, I'd say
rental.
Give this a rental. But my thing is, with Assassin's Creed out, why would you possibly be playing Resident?
Well, Assassin's Creed, Modern Warfare, Dragon Age, Left 4 Dead 2,
Borderlands.
Yeah. We can keep going back. There are many better games to play, but if you only own a Wii,
there is fuck all to play.
New Super Mario Brothers, but only if you have friends, right? I mean, seriously, like Wii's actually kind of weak.
It is
this Christmas season.
Yeah. There's one. Wasn't there one more big game coming out?
Well, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Yes.
So we're
Crystal
excited
Chronicles.
about that.
I'm excited about. Yeah, for sure.
So.